Hello, Transurfer, and welcome to TransurfingTV. My name is Renee Garcia, and this is my little buddy Baba, my love, the love of my life, actually. This is my little comrade. He goes everywhere with me, and this is the longest time that I've had a dog as an adult, and he has taught me some remarkable things that go really like hand in hand with some of the transurfing concepts, and I feel he's really helped me with my transurfing practice substantially. And I've noticed some things about dogs that are really quite transurfy things, so I'm going to get into that. Remember though to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me. If you would like to enter my daily giveaway for some reprogramming stickers and Reality 2.0 teachable course down below. So what has Baba helped me with exactly? Well, Baba has helped me to really understand frailing in one of the most simplistic ways, right? So even just what we are doing right now is an incredible act of frailing. He is staying still for me, and he's not whimpering to get down off of my dryer, because I am giving him treats, right? So there's something in the deal for him that makes it worthwhile for him to give me what I want right now, and vice versa. This is a win-win for both of us in making this video. Now, I don't know how much he actually likes being on top of the dryer, but he's dealing with it, right? Because I'm asking him to do it. It's something that is making me happy in this moment, and then there's a payoff, or there's a reward for him, and he'll probably walk away feeling like, oh, that was kind of interesting, and I got some treats out of it. So this is frailing. And frailing, I mean, this is a very, very rudimental version of frailing. I don't think it's always that simplistic. But if you just look at the history of dogs, right? Dogs originally were domesticated because they provided a service, and in exchange for that service, which was protection, right? And in exchange for that service, they got a number of benefits, which were, you know, being around humans, being around a warm fire, maybe getting food without having to go out and hunt. So there was a very equal exchange there that made the arrangement lucrative for both parties. This is frailing in essence. So frailing is kind of the top lesson that dogs have helped me to see how we do this in even a very simplistic fashion in our domestic realities. Another thing Baba has taught me is the value of balance. This guy here has a very, very balanced day. He wakes up at the same time, he eats the same meal, he goes for the same exercise, he does everything exactly the same every day. I had 2 dogs prior to him. I was not consistent with those dogs. They turned out very different, but this is a very balanced, very happy dog because of that consistency in his routine and him getting exactly the things he needs to be a happy dog. Now, human beings are very, very similar. We need good sleep consistently. We need exercise. We need a good diet. We need affection. It's all the same stuff. So when I take care of my animal in that way, I see the need for those things consistently for myself. And it helps me to see, like, Baba's kind of a mirror to me, right? If I go off balance and I start maybe being inconsistent with certain things about my normal routine, then he is probably going to feel some of the repercussions of that. So I try to stay balanced for him. He stays balanced because that's his natural, right? That's the natural state that these animals you really perform, right? They don't want imbalance. And if you live in an environment where a dog is off balance, you know know that something's not right, right? This is a dog that's aggressive. This is a dog that has problems with trying to escape. This is a dog that barks. This guy barely barks at all. I mean, he really is very even-tempered and sort of, you know, just happy. He doesn't have any of the dog neuroses that most dogs that are imbalanced have. So I've done a good job. And this is a representation of my own state of balance. So again, he's taught me consistency, how consistency of a routine is key. He's taught me how to change my focus when things are not going in a good direction in my day. So like if a few things happen with my business and I get stressed out and I feel like, oh my God, I'm, you know, using too much inner intention, blah, 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 I can immediately focus over to him, take him to the park, take him to the river, go swimming, go do something fun, break my cycle, whatever it is I'm doing with my mind, and, you know, divert my attention to another living being that I can interact with in a positive way, therefore changing my current layer of reality. This guy has taught me how to love. I mean, gosh, this is a great way to show love to your mirror. This is this is my precious little baby, and he gets showered with love every day, and this helps me to exercise my ability to give love and then also to receive love, because he does a lot of loving back, right? Even just him doing this right now, he's loving me for sure by being a good dog and not whimpering to get down. Just a couple more minutes, Baba. So he teaches me a lot about love. I show him a lot of love. He shows me a lot of love. This gets love circulating in my environment, which ultimately reaches my mirror and shows me more love in return. Now, to the mirror, this is one of the most valuable things that this guy teaches me. Getting back to when I was talking about balance and consistency, if I go off, right, if something becomes like really imbalanced, I know last year when I had that friend of mine commit suicide, I kind of lost it for like a good 2-3 month period of time. And this guy started to suffer a little bit. I wasn't taking him out as much. He wasn't getting as much attention. I mean, he really did feel what I was going through. And as soon as I realized that, it snapped me out of my state because I have him to take care of. So if you have a dog that has issues, behavioral issues, barks too much, does weird things like tearing things up, super aggressive, antisocial, whatever it is that is a negative characteristic of your dog's personality, stop and take a look at yourself and ask, what could they be getting from me that would attribute to this behavior, right? So there's something there probably that they're feeling. These are a very, very sensing being, right? These animals, especially dogs, everything is decided via how they sense things. Obviously, they don't understand what we're saying, and they have very, very little information to go off of. So they're sensory driven animals. If an energy is messed up in your domestic environment, they are going to absorb that. And that energy is going to materialize as a behavioral issue. This is at least how I see it. I had 2 dogs before this, and I can very clearly understand now how my mentality, my behavior, my attitude, my energy affected these other dogs. And lastly, I mean, we don't want to really admit this because we love our animals, right? But they are a pendulum. They are a huge pendulum. This guy gets so much of my energy, it's stupid. But I am getting so much in return. If you are not, though, if you have a dog that has a ton of behavioral problems and it is consuming your life, I've actually had people reach out to me with pet issues before, and I'm like, get the dog another home, right? Your energy, whatever you're doing in that house, it is not a good fit for that animal. The animal's not happy and you're not happy, and you could create a new situation where you match yourself up with the pet that's intended for you and get that pet that isn't dealing well with whatever domestic situation you have set up for it, get that animal to a place where it has the ability to actually be happy. So a lot of it has to do with environment. Remember, frequency is big. If my frequency is different than the frequency that a pet needs to live and be happy, that pet's gonna start developing behavioral issues. And I know Caesar Milan would be like, this chick has no idea what she's talking about, but I've had a number of pets. This one by far has turned out the best, and I really do attribute this to me dialing into him via transurfing, seeing my relationship to him via my transurfing filter, and really looking to him to show me lessons about transurfing as well. So remember, balance, frailing, consistency helps me to change my focus, helps me to really get love going. That's a no-brainer. I mean, that's why we have them around, right? Your animal is a mirror of you, and be careful that you are at least getting what's equal to what you're putting into your pet, that you're not putting in more than you're getting out. And if there is an imbalance there, maybe it's time to consider some other options. So let me know what you think on this, everyone, transurfing and pets. And remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me, to enter my daily giveaway. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, guys. Say bye, Bubba. Bye.